Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, we're back. Look, they have started construction on the mansion. So, Perry Lane Hotel recently purchased the mansion of Forsyth, which was owned by Richard Kessler. And they have started some kind of level of construction. So they're redoing the whole back area. They're going to add a whole pool. They're going to redo, like they're going to have balconies on some of the rooms. So they've started the construction. Perry Lane Hotel purchased it for $14.5 million from Richard Kessler. So it will definitely be cool to see what they do to it, but they've actually started it. Yeah, she said, peace, I'm out. Down like 4 or 5 tires. So it's kind of cool to see they've already started the construction. So, Trey, what is going on this weekend? I noticed it's all the way up and down Abercorn. There are these signs. Do you know what's going on? November 11th, 12:01 a.m. You can't park anywhere on Abercorn. Yeah, the mansions needed something for a while now. But yeah, so these are all up and down Abercorn. That's true. I saw Channing. I said, peace out. Is there a parade or something? Oh, retract. The Veterans Day parade is supposed to be. That's what it is for the parade. Friday, there's always a big Veterans Day parade. Don't think it's going to be happening. Figured we walk down these houses. We haven't ever really looked at these. These are really cool. Look at this garden. Yeah, isn't it pretty? I like these houses because there's space between them. Like they're not right next to each other. They have this house right here. This house cracks me up. Can y'all see their flags? They have a Ghostbusters flag. Yes, Trey, I'm peeking in your garden. I'm always peeking in your garden. Look at these tree limbs. Look how pretty. We're back. Who are you gonna call? But look at these limbs on this tree. I mean, how old is this tree? They go all the way across into the sidewalk. Like, it's insane. We haven't ever walked and looked at these houses. They're so pretty. Look at this garden. Look how pretty. Look at this tree. I love stuff like this. We are back. We back. We back. Oh, so pretty. Sir, can we be friends? There's a man coming out of one of these houses. I'll be like, sir, can we be friends? I would like to see the inside of your house. I'm not a creeper or anything. I just would like to see it. That gives me like vibes of the mansion, like that red brick. The Senator's Gate. Interesting. It is pretty, isn't it? There's Kroger. People always ask, is there a grocery store around here? Yep, there's Kroger. Here we walk somewhere we haven't walked before. thanks for the follow. Yeah, if you've never followed me before, welcome. We go live 7 days a week. Oh, I wonder how much this house is on East Hall. That'd be an awesome place. Fantabulous house to have. Yeah, there are some beautiful. People always ask about them. So at East Hall, there's a house for sale. I'm going to say a couple million. You're right across the street from Kroger. That's awesome. But look at this house. This is an interesting house to me because it's got a different vibe, right? Morning. Like, this house just kind of looks different. Like, both of these, they're more modernized. 3.1 million. Sounds about right. But these are more like little condos. I wouldn't mind living in one of these. Yeah. Pretty though. There's a little coffee shop right there. Picking up. It's called the Mat Factor. It's a little coffee shop slash tea location. Oh wow, that is big in there. I think today is going to be a good day for a peach waffle and peach tea. What do you think? Yep. Yeah, the original Leopold's ice cream is right up there. Let's walk over there real quick. Which Mr. Leopold's is actually in the process of trying to get granted reopening this one so that locals have a Leopold's and don't always have to go to the touristy Leopold's. Probably peach tea, peach waffle. Well, he wants to, Trey. So when I talked to him last time, he really wants to. The problem is that the city is making him jump through all of these insane loopholes that probably nowhere else. So this is Mat Factor, Wholesome Bakery. No, that's over at Chippewa Square. But it has a cute little back area too, which is super nice. There's your Kroger. Yeah, but apparently he is having to go through some crazy loopholes to get this reopened. So here is the original Leopold's ice cream, like the OG one. Always never know where we're going to walk, right? It's always something different. Yeah, so here's the original, which is always fun. They have pictures. Hello. So this is the original Leopold's. This is what he's trying to get reopened. So it was originally on Habersham. So see, this is the original. And he's trying to get it reopened. City's just being obnoxious for some reason. I have a theory, but I don't know if my theory's true. Thanks for the roses. Yeah, it would be awesome. Look at this house. So where the old Leopold's is, the OG Leopold's is not an area that historically draws a lot of tourists for various reasons. And I think that the city knows if they open that Leopold's and it gets out, that tourists are going to start migrating up to this area. Awesome. I'm so glad you enjoyed these. If you've never followed me before, hit that follow button. Come along for our daily lives each and every day. We go live 7 days a week. It's always an adventure. I do not live in historic Savannah. Oh, how I wish I could afford living in historic Savannah. Welcome, welcome. Awesome. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I do go live 7 days a week in historic, well, not always historic Savannah. We go to Tybee. We go all kind of different places. So, and then I do back porch chats from 5:30ish to 7 each evening, or we sit on my back porch and talk all the things. I grew up on Wilmington Island, actually. Ooh, that breeze is picking up, y'all. That's awesome. Yeah, the wind is definitely starting to hoist its way up a little. You can probably hear it. I love this porch right here. $18.92. So a lot of these were single homes that got split. Good morning.
Morning, ma'am. How you doing?
Good. How are y'all?
All right. You on camera?
Hi, how are y'all? So yeah, so a lot of these used to be single family homes and they've split into like duplexes now. But this is why I'm always so amazed, because like just the architecture alone on these homes are just phenomenal. Yeah, no problem. Good morning, good morning. Thanks for the follows. Yeah, we do go live 7 days a week. You just never know where my route will take me. Some days we go one place, we plot twist. People are always like, can I meet up to walk? And I was like, well, if you can find me, yes. Because you never know where I'm going to start. If I'm going to take a left or a right, it's always an adventure. Thanks for the rose. It's very quiet this morning too. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, it is beautiful. Thanks for the follows. This is Savannah, Georgia. We're walking off a beaten path of Savannah. So yeah, we do this 7 days a week. It's always an adventure. So hit that follow button if you haven't. We hit 15,000 last week at Disney. Look at the tiles. Those are interesting. Oh yeah, I bet it's a couple million. Look at this house. So this is always interesting to me. Like this house right here used to be one house. It's now multiple. Doing lots of stuff. I think they're checking a lot of the like pipes and stuff ahead of the storm tomorrow. Yeah, it's always interesting to look at these houses and go, gosh, how amazing. Look at this statue. Hello, Mr. Kitty. Hi, Kitty. This is another one of my favorite homes right here. I love this style. Like, I love the stairwell up and down. Figment is hysterical. Oh, yeah. No. I've seen her. Like, look at these homes. Right? Come on. Like, are these not beautiful? Like, look at this house, y'all. How breathtaking. Like, look. Thanks for the follows. Here's another one. This is an inn. It's called the McMillan Inn. So a bed and breakfast. Multiple guest rooms. So if people are looking for places, this would be a cool vibe. 1888. How neat is that? It is. Thank you for the roses. Like, how pretty. This is big too. That's a huge bed and breakfast or inn. Good morning. These are the sides of Savannah that I love to show people. These are those ones that people don't see a lot of. This is not your tourist view. Yeah, it's gotten better though if you know where to park. That's the thing, you have to know where. Irony, no trash bins here. I see lots of trash bins. Interesting. What's up, what's up? Here's another beautiful house. Look at this. Y'all, look at this. I mean, you're talking these homes are built in the 1800s. It's definitely windy. The largest is probably... Kessler's house is probably the largest. And that is still... So here's the thing. I'm showing green, so hop out and come back in. So Kessler's house, I would say, is probably the largest that is occupied as still a single residency. Would be my guess. Oh, here's a house. Oh, absolutely. Here's a house for sale in Gaston. I bet that's a multiple $1 million home. Yeah, look at that. Isn't that pretty? So that's for sale. Yeah, I think this pink house, yes. Are you talking about Kessler's house? Yeah, Kessler, the Armstrong Kessler mansion. Yeah. I would suspect is probably your... Because the thing is, a lot of these homes are not single residencies anymore, so it's hard to throw them in that same, you know, status. Like this used to be a single residency home, but now see it's split into two. That's Kessler's house is that big white house we just walked by, or a little while ago. Oh my gosh, yeah, hands down. Look at this one. 1, 2, 3, 4 stories. I need to cross. Is he going to stop? I'm going to cross. This is an inn, though, you can stay at. It's called the Gastonian Inn. You can stay here. Another breathtaking location. I personally, in my opinion, I like Gaston Street, which is what we're on right now. I like it better than Jones Street. I know Jones Street has been voted one of the most beautiful houses or streets in all of America, but I think Gaston is probably prettier. This house was built in 1868. Really? It looks beautiful. Quiet morning, though. There's another one. Pretty. That's a pretty house. I like the coloring. It's really pretty. Like, I like kind of the unique vibe of that. It's split into two, though, as you can see. Good morning. Like, look at these. Oh, that's cool. That's awesome. It's beautiful. That's cool to know. I would love to see the inside of it. I always tell y'all, if y'all stay at one of these cool places and would let me come in and see it, I would love to. Let's keep on moving on. Thanks for the follows. There's another one of those steps that the ladies in their antebellum dresses would climb up on to get into the horse carriages. Probably. Because I'm off of Gaston now. Awesome. The trees give you bad vibes. The trees are amazing in Savannah. I was like, why is this closed? But then it hit me. I don't think the parade's going to happen, though, tomorrow, honestly. Good morning. This is Savannah, Georgia. I always tell people this square is about to be renamed Calhoun Square. They're in the process of voting on that because the person who it's named after was not good. That house right there. This is Savannah, Georgia. Yes, so Wright Square was the original square that the hangings took place. So yes, they did. Back in the 1800s. So that house right there, 432 Abercorn, they will take you past on all tours, ghost tours especially, tell you this horrendous story. Like awful, awful story. It's not true. Let's take a break for a minute so I can rest my arms. This gimbal's heavy. But yeah, they'll tell you the stories. That's good morning. Yeah, don't wrap your baby in moss, that's for sure. But that's the thing. So you have to take the stories of Savannah. Some are true, some are false. So you have to take especially on the ghost tours, the stories you're told you have to take with a grain of salt. And if you haven't followed me before, hit that follow button. My name's Corey. I'm a local here in Savannah. We go live 7 days a week. And I bring you guys along with me. We're down 95 pounds. Started doing lives with you guys about 7 months ago. We do go live 7 days a week, every morning from 8:30 to 10:30 Eastern Standard Time, and then at night from about 5:30 to 7. So thanks for the follow. If you've never followed me, hit that follow button. I also have a YouTube, A Day in the Life of Corey, where I upload our walks in their entirety unedited each and every day. Put them on YouTube, so if you missed something or want to go back and see it, you can come and watch. Thanks for all the follows. We are at 47 subscribers, so close to 50, which is exciting too. So lots going on. Yep, 95 pounds. Thanks for the follows. So I carry you guys around on what's called a gimbal stick. It does get heavy. So one of the things I love to do is sit in the squares and just enjoy the view. It's fun to know that this used to be kind of the playground for the Massey School. The Massey School was kind of the original school for children of color, indentured servants kids. That's where they got their education, and they were able to have recess out here. The story that you always hear about this house right here, that pink house, is called 432 Abercorn. Everybody's going to tell you the story about how this gentleman lived there with his 2 daughters, and one of his daughters loved to come out to recess and play with the students and the kids that ran in the squares. But the dad did not like that because they were of noble status. And so the story that you're told is that he was so mad one day to hear that his daughter continually kept coming down here and playing with children that were not like her, that he tied her to a chair at the very top, made her sit there and watch the kids play, and she eventually was unalive due to the heat of Savannah. And then in return, he was so filled with guilt, he unalived himself. That is so far from the truth. If you research the family and research the truth, you can go on Google the real story of 432 Abercorn. It will tell you that the gentleman lived a long, happy life. The daughters both lived long, happy lives. They got married, lived happily ever after. So it's a story, you'll have ghost tours tell you that they can't go stand by the house because they get a headache or they can't breathe. I mean, things like that. Now, I'm not debunking all of ghost stories. What I'm saying is Savannah is a city built on its dead. There is a past in Savannah. So you have to kind of look at it from that perspective and know what is true, what is false. So if you've never followed me before, some benches do, some don't. It's just each square, so there are 22 squares in Savannah. Each square has its own unique setup. So like there are benches over there that have backs. These just don't. There are some squares that have No, she wasn't tied to a chair. No, none of that is true. Savannah is New Orleans is one of our sister states. Our sister towns. Charleston is another one. So each square has its own unique layout. Some have fountains, some have statues, some just have benches. It just depends. So if you've never followed me before, hit that follow button. I also have a link tree with lots of information up in my profile. So you can go click on my name and learn all kind of things. Ooh. It is getting, the wind is beginning. Here we go. Yeah, these wind gusts are starting to pick out. So if you didn't know, Spanish moss is a cousin of the pineapple. It is not really moss. It's just a cousin of the pineapple. If you're in Savannah, please don't pull the moss from the trees and hold it and put it in your suitcase. It has what's called red bugs or chiggers. They will bite. Now, what you can do is you can go buy it from Michael's, or if you had some, you can put it in a microwave and kill the red bugs and chiggers, or it can go through a whole medicinal process and be used for medicine. So yes, all of that is true. However, if you're just walking through the squares and pull it from the tree, you could get bit by a red bug. Here's one of the multiple trolley tours that we have in Savannah. You can tell it's actually very lightly loaded. They do make multiple stops. You get on and get off. So if you have difficulties walking around, this is a great option. Ooh, that is a gust right here. Woo-hoo, here we go. So the trees are stunning though. All right, let's keep going. The wind has begun. Winds in the east. But aren't these beautiful? I mean, like, isn't this just stunning? Hey, I know, seriously. A pizza, then a banana. Just wait, it will return tonight, Trey. Just you wait. Oh, look, I played the lotto. I mean, come on. I never play it, but I played it this time. I think it's going to be okay. I don't think it's going to be as bad. Yeah, our trees are pretty rock solid. Here's what happens after any storm or going into a storm. They do come out and ensure that these trees are pretty solid. These wind gusts, we've had much stronger wind gusts than this. Yeah, these are pretty ironclad. It is, depending on where you choose to live. Average price of home here in the historic district, you're looking over $1 million. So yes, quite exaggerate. Yeah. Oh, they will return. Don't you think? Yep. Historical. So Savannah's one of the top 10 places people, like, it was named number 2 this year. So Savannah comes with a cost. Now, there are tons of suburbs of Savannah that you can go and live in. But if you're talking historic realm, and if you find something in historic Savannah that is well under that, I'd be weary. Very, very weary. Keep moseying on. So this is that house I told you, 432 Abercorn, that they tell all the stories. It's pretty big too. Road closure signs. We're moseying along. If you've never followed me before, hit that follow button. Welcome to a day in my life where I go live 7 days a week from usually 8:30 to 10:30. We went live a little earlier today. Then at night from 5:30 to 7. down 95 pounds. Used to be a teacher. Left education in December 2020. Well over 300 pounds. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube, I do upload our daily walks in their entirety, unedited, each and every day. It is a day in the life of Corey over there at YouTube as well. You can click on my name here, and I have a Linktree link that gives you all kind of information. I always like looking at these cobblestones. So these are like some of the OG bricks. I was gonna go right. There's multiple police officers. I think I'll just keep going. I don't feel the need to go hide behind any bushes right now. This is Savannah, Georgia. Thanks for the follows, guys. Could be. Y'all know I'm not below diving behind the bushes. Oh, look at the cute fountain. That's cute. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it'll be a tropical storm. We'll just get some wind and rain. It is windy. Awesome. I visit Florida often, just last week. Have a good day, Trey. Keep on going, folks. One foot in front of the other. No problem. I enjoy walking and moving and getting our exercise. Here's a great breakfast place, Clary's. It is always crowded. Oh, they finally took their Halloween decorations down over there. That was the one with the dolls. Savannah is beautiful. I am. Yeah, they're not moving too much. Thanks for the follow, Michelle. Yeah, the trees are beautiful. Yeah, hit that button. Tap, tap, tap. Crossing over Jones Street. Look at some more beautiful houses. Wait, look at this one. 1860. I ain't seen her in a couple days. Good morning. Yes. Spanish moss is a year-round part of Savannah. Look at the pineapples. So, here in Savannah, pineapples were used during the days of the wars as a peace welcoming treaty. So people knew if there were pineapples on your entrance gate, you were a safe place that would protect you. So throughout some of these old houses, you'll see pineapples. Yep. Well, I talk historical. No, they were normal ones. They just had their leafing around them.
Yep.
Well, considering that home was from the 1800s, yes. Jones Street, it is one of the oldest. So you have 4 original squares. The 4 oldest squares in Savannah are Johnson, Wright, Ellis, and Telfair. So those were the 4 original squares laid out by Oglethorpe. But then you have houses that were sprinkled throughout, built in the late 1700s, not on those squares. So when Oglethorpe originally laid out the squares, he did so to create almost like little neighborhoods, if you will. Yep, this is my hometown as well. Now the blue, haunt blue, is a color you'll see throughout Savannah. It was to ward off the enemy or the evil spirits. I really think the red, per se, has come a lot from like HGTV and places like that, in my opinion. Paint blue. Yep, we're heading to Peach Waffle, Peach Tea. Coming up on another one of my favorite houses and bed and breakfasts. We'll go check out the Basilica after we eat. Should be able to time it to hear the bells at 10. This is Lafayette Square. Yeah, the floating heart does definitely help. It helps get me on the FYP page so more people can see and join our amazing community of encouragement, support, entertainment, lots of laughs. It is quite a journey. That's awesome. Closes at 2, Savannah. So if you don't go through it before 2, you will not be going. Oh, that's cool. Awesome. Look, somebody's at my table. Yeah, tap, tap, tap. When I go in, I will place you face down while I order. And we'll come out, hopefully be able to get our normal table.
Brendan?
Go ahead. You're fine. I'm going in behind you, so.
Cool. So yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. And we'll fire you into the food.
It's doing good. She does, yes. We walked by it yesterday.
Yes, that's why I was paused. I was like, maybe it's too late, so I didn't say anything. Anything else? That should. And your name again? Lauren. Lauren. Thank you. Alright, let's do that here, and then we'll have the Thank you. Hi.
How are you?
Good. How you going?
Good. Can I get a peach waffle?
A peach waffle?
Yep. Peach tea extra sweet and a side of bacon.
Anything else?
Thanks.
15.25.
Something a little bit at the bottom of the staircase.
Lauren, I have your copy of the bar.
Not a whole lot.
Yeah, we can take care of that.
All right.
Thank you. These are weird amounts. Thank you.
Thank you.
Excuse me. Let's just come sit right here and eat.
Guy yesterday, he was coming in CFI, director out of Charlotte.
Brendan?
Here, if we go to the other table, I'll have to point y'all up, so it's not going to be as clear of a view.
Corey?
Oh, I can move y'all. Yep, it's one of my favorites. Yeah, we'll go inside after we eat. So it was opened in the late 1800s, and then it caught fire in like 1890s, late 1890s, and got redone. So it's been around since the 1800s.
Corey?
Be right back, guys. Let me get your facing. Let's see.
You network long enough that you'll meet somebody that it'll work out with. Whatever you want to do.
No, I had like a valid point and it just suddenly did.
You will see the food. Stand by. We will go inside the church after we eat. Yep. We'll do all of that. All right.
I will be gone the 20th.
Okay, so first, show you guys what we have. We have bacon. And then we have peach waffle. And then we have peach tea. So those are what we have. The bells are going to go off in just a couple of minutes. We will go into the Basilica after we eat. So patience is a virtue, people. I'm at Maribel's Coffee. Maribel's Coffee is a coffee shop directly across from the Basilica.
How often do I ask you? How often do you like asking guys to go hunting or I have childcare? Oh look, I know something everywhere.
We are at Maribel's. We are going to go into the Basilica after this. Then we will do a drive around. Oh yeah, tons of them. Hop over to my YouTube, subscribe, A Day in the Life of Corey. We were at River Street yesterday. Tons of cobblestones. I do go live 7 days a week, every morning. So above Maribel's is 2 Airbnbs. What's up, Salazar? Thank you for the sushi set.
Then I felt like I was
Good morning, good morning.
Honey?
Oh, I heard that one. She's like, oh, I just They were all last night though. They were excited. I was just like,
Well, you can visit every morning from 8:30 to 10:30 with me.
Oh, the truck.
Yeah, we may drive over there. I don't know yet.
But
We'll see.
Oh, is that the kick? The kick? What was it?
Tons of museums.
Oh, that was
We have multiple museums, multiple historical homes you can go in. They all come with a cost, though.
Was that to public pretty good? Can you call out like over
That was the one. That was the juke. Or the little. That was the little juke. It was some ball. They called it out then, but it was a small. Yeah, scratch juice. And scratch the top of one.
Why he did it, but like,
I'm sitting here, princess. I'm sitting here waiting, waiting for my coffee.
I was like scratching my back. He jumped on top of me and then like kicked his legs off and he got yeah.
Part of me.
Alright, we're about to go just a minute into the Basilica.
Technically was.
Emma?
I was dying laughing.
Oh yeah, it's not something that we but I just want them to I like to think like I just like went I like this event.
I'm sure they are. I don't watch them make it, so I don't really care, honestly.
That's how it was sitting there. It's in a tiny
There's a witness.
Alright. Here we go.
family.
Well, Savannah is history every day. Living, breathing, every day, not just special occurrences. So we have museums that operate every day. We have, there's just a lot of history here. Let's go. It is in the 50s. It's a basilica, but yes, it is a cathedral. It used to be called the Cathedral of St. John. Now it's the Basilica. It is very beautiful in there. Sometimes you look out and you get to see the beautiful, hear the beautiful music. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm not Catholic. I did go to like Ash Wednesday, but no, I do not attend there. Yep. So when Oglethorpe founded Georgia back in the 1700s, he banned certain things. He banned liquor, he banned lawyers, and he banned Catholics. But then in the 1800s, Catholicism rolled back around here and was legal. It is windy. We have a tropical storm coming. Excuse me. Yep, going to the Mercer house. We're there this morning. Y'all gonna flip for a minute. Hold on, I gotta set y'all up. If you do not subscribe to my YouTube channel, definitely go over there, subscribe, because I upload our daily walks in their entirety unedited each day. So you are able to go and see if you weren't able to catch it, or you came in late, or you... what have you. You're able to go watch those lives. So places that you're like, hey, go here. And I'm like, well, I already went there today. You can go catch that. All my access to social media and all the things I do are in my link tree. If you go up top and you click my name in TikTok, you're going to see my link tree link. You can access that. See all the things that I have and do and all the good things, and catch it and check it all out. We are going to cruise around. Hopefully I got some moderators in here right now. When I'm driving, this is a hands-free set. I do not touch my phone, yada yada. So yeah, this is a hands-free set. It is one way we move around. My goal is to drive over to Bonaventure and drive around there. takes me a few minutes to get you guys set up correctly. So you have to be patient. It's going to be wobbly for a minute. If you go to YouTube and you type in the same exact name, you can access the YouTube. Other people are able to. I think sometimes it's the parameters people have on their phone as to why they cannot access the YouTube. Thanks for the sushi. So just type in a day in the life of Corey. It'll come up. Some people are able to access it. I'm not sure why others are not able to. So just stand by, please. We are heading over to Bonaventure Cemetery to drive through. They are training a ton of new trolley drivers, which is interesting to me. Today is not going to be remotely helpful, is it? Hope you guys are well. We're just getting set up. It always takes a few minutes to get set up. But then once we get set up, it pretty much is smooth. Thanks for the sushi. Sushi God. Trying to charge my phone in the process as well because my battery will die and then it's a whole situation, you know? Oh, they're coming for me. Dive behind the bush. Interesting. Okay. Got you set up. Let's hope for the best. Well, we have a tropical storm coming, Nicole, so that is part of the reason the weather does not look so lovely today. It is highly unlikely that I will be live tomorrow in the morning, like on a walk, because the storm is coming. Thank you. Again, I will be driving with a hands-free set. So, don't report me, because we're cruising with a hands-free set. Awesome. So we're going to try, if you fall over, which at times it does flip over for some odd foreseen reason. I don't know why. If you fall over, I do pull over and reset you. We're going to jam to some Christmas tunes while we're cruising over to Bonaventure, in which I will drive through Bonaventure with a hands-free set as well. And jam to some Christmas tunes. Yes, I already have both my trees up. I always can get a gauge when I'm going around certain squares how bumpy it is if you are set up correctly. Again, this is a hands-free set. I'm not touching my phone as I'm driving. Just FYI. I have to say that because some people are allowed to hold their phone and drive big semi-trucks. Me and my measly little group of 15,000 get hit every time. This is your airplane pre-flight update. Our destination is roughly about 15 minutes away, give or take. Oh, there's a little bit of sunshine coming out. And I'm wearing my seatbelt always. And we're jamming to some Christmas tunes as we're driving. Thank you to Sirius Radio. So if you're new to my lives, I am not sponsored by anybody. I am not an employee for Savannah. None of the sorts. I'm someone who left education almost 3 years ago and decided my mental, physical, and emotional health were worth more than a monthly paycheck. So the breakfasts, the daily parkings, a lot of times come from y'all because you go and you donate to our journey, our mission, which I am eternally grateful for. Yippee-ki-yay. I do this 7 days a week, so if you've never followed me, hit that follow button. We go live every morning from about 8:30 to 10:30, sometimes a little earlier, sometimes a little later. And then in the evening, we do what's called back porch chat time, where we sit around and we chit chat about all kind of things on my back porch. So thanks for the follows if you've never followed me before. We are cruising over to Bonaventure Cemetery. So one thing Savannah's known for is a ton of filming. We have stuff filming here all the time. Currently May, December, with Natalie Portman, Julianne Moore, and Charles Meltner filming right after right after Thanksgiving. We are going to have Artemis filming on Tybee Island with Channing Tatum, which if you've been following me long enough know I am counting the days down to that excitement. So I love Channing Tatum. So, yeah, I'm excited about Channing. He is this is going to be the best day ever when he comes here. Just to see him from a distance would be ecstatically exciting. Well, they were on a little bit of a break, too, from my understanding, Paulette. They were resetting up for the 12th to the 18th in their new setup where they're filming. Because I got intel on where they're going to be filming the 12th through the 18th. So they're kind of working. They had finished up filming at Crab Shack on Tybee day before yesterday. There's a little bit of sunshine coming out. We may need to buy glow sticks for tonight's live. Technology's amazing anymore. Well, we're driving now over to Bonaventure Cemetery where we'll meander around for a little bit. Thanks to J-Rod who donated a charger, portable charger, who now my phone charges and doesn't die. Just stick with the pizza. Sun's finally coming out a little. Interesting. Again, hands-free set. Cruising over to Bonaventure Cemetery after our morning walk. So we have 4 core cemeteries. We have more than 4 cemeteries, but the 4 that kind of get the most attention are Wright Square, which was the original burial ground in the 1700s. Then we had Colonial Cemetery, which is right near the Basilica. Then when they ran out of room there, they opened Laurel Grove Cemetery. And then Laurel Grove Cemetery, when they ran out of room in Laurel Grove, they opened Bonaventure, which Bonaventure is the most visited of all cemeteries. It is definitely the most visited. And kind of gets the most attention. I will say that. That's the one that most people, and what gave it the attention is that movie, The Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil, kind of put it on the map because the Bird Girl statue used to be at Bonaventure, and then people could not keep their hands off of the Bird Girl, so she got moved to be protected at the Telfair Museum, which is where she now sits. Gracie, our most notable ghost of Savannah, is buried out at Bonaventure, so people flock to see her all the time. If you don't know the story of Gracie, her parents owned a hotel in Johnson Square. She was 6 years old when she passed away from pneumonia. But she is buried out here at Bonaventure. She is also a statue that used to be easily accessible, but however, people could not keep their hands to her themselves, kept touching her and broke her nose off. So now she's behind an iron fence. So if you're new to my lives, this started out as just a walk to lose weight. Then people, I realized, love Savannah. So now it's become more of I walk and I tell you things in the process. You always get a local's perspective. You get the true stories of Savannah, not the made up tourist stories that sell. Bonaventure is massive in sight. Bonaventure is also one of the top 5 things I recommend to do. Thanks for the sushi, Annie. Why is it when I step on the gas, y'all flip every darn time? Who doesn't love some good Christmas music? So there's currently a food challenge for streamers that you get points based off of different things. So the gifts that give you the most points right now are the cookies, the chocolate chip cookies, the sushi, the cotton candy, and there's some kind of ridiculous food plate. It looks like turkey. It looks like Thanksgiving. Apparently there's a contest. I don't know what happens if you win the contest. this whole weird vibe of being like a bigger streamer now. I learn new things every day. Nope, we're headed to Bonaventure Cemetery. Again, I have you guys set up in a hands-free set. So I'm so glad those of you who are joining me. We finished our morning walk. We started a little earlier today because we are up against a tropical storm. Nicole is making her arrival tomorrow, which means I will probably not be out on a morning walk in the morning. You never know, though. Crazier things have happened. So we're milking it for all it's worth today, thanks to J-Rod and the fuel charger. It allows me to extend my lives. I am not a sushi eater, so I'm the wrong person to ask. I'm so glad for each of you that are joining me. Yep. Now, Bonaventure Cemetery is located in Savannah, Georgia. Now, ironically, the route that I'm taking to take you to Bonaventure is taking you past all the state streets. And if you follow me enough, you know I have certain things I say about state streets. Most of the state streets are not places you should go. But I'm a local, which you know I love to say I'm a local. And so I drive the state streets. Tourists, don't go to the state streets and get lost. Please. Yes. Alright, so we're entering Bonaventure Cemetery. Let me turn off my Christmas music, the holly jolly music. What is this person? Where did he come from? Man just came walking out of the cemetery. So you've got 3 sections of Bonaventure. You've got the historical, you have Forest Lawn, and you have Greenwich. Now, Danny Hansford from the story of Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil is actually buried over at Greenwich. Bonaventure is the side that everybody comes to. This is the location that for some reason brings quite the followings. Also, if you love my stuff, yes, we have amazing moderators. If you love my lives and you want to support the mission, you can now subscribe to my lives. Bonaventure is massive. Bonaventure, this is what I tell you about Bonaventure. You can come walk it. It's totally doable. You can walk it. It is over 600 acres. I think it's a little bit more. But here's the deal. If you're going to walk Bonaventure and you want to see all of Bonaventure, you need to spend a whole day here. Now, you can do what we're doing too. You can drive Bonaventure, and if you see something cool, pull your car over and check it out. Bonaventure used to be a plantation. And then when Laurel Grove was split into 2 sections. You had the section for the white wealthy families, and then you had the section for everybody else. When they ran out of room at Laurel Grove, the city purchased Bonaventure from the Tatnall family. Tatnalls are still buried out here. But this used to be, and it's really cool to go Google. Maybe tonight I'll show you pictures of Bonaventure thanks for the sushi, pre-Bonaventure Cemetery. Because it is absolutely breathtaking. I don't know the name of it, honestly, to tell you the truth. Don't jinx it, because some days it's not good. But I say all that to say this used to be a massive plantation that Civil War soldiers who were in danger would actually come out here as a protected barrier. It is along the water, so they were able to watch for, the enemy to come. Yeah, we may look up old Bonaventure, so when Bonaventure opened, there are a lot of notable families that opted to have their families relocated from Colonial Cemetery, from Bonaventure, or from Laurel Grove. They opted to have their families moved out here. Now, you will see some open space, but families have bought into this area of Bonaventure for centuries. So there are, like, where spaces looked open actually have already been pre-sold. A lot of families have big plots for their entire family, and so it's not uncommon to see the last burial be 1906 and then suddenly someone appears. So it's always very, very interesting. Like they're digging up over now in one of these real old plots, which means someone has passed away in that family's tomb, and they're going to be buried over there. But it does run along the water line, so it is beautiful. Now remember, our cemeteries used to serve as our parks. So it is also not uncommon to drive around a cemetery, especially in the South, and see park benches, because families would come, they would stay and sit and hang out and spend time with their loved ones, all of those things. So that's not uncommon to see park benches throughout. So you can kind of see, like, that one family has multiple. Here, I will stop. You have a question? What's your question, moms? I'm completely stopped. Oh, which hands-free set? No, I don't know the name of it. I'll have to look. I honestly have no idea what it's called. I got it from Target. I do know that. So this is owned by the city of Savannah. They also do a remarkable job keeping it kept up and cleaned and pretty, and just a location that brings great attention. This one isn't always super great though, moms. Don't be deceived. This one has been a thorn of my existence many a times. Some of your most notable people of all of Savannah's history are buried in Bonaventure. Like Noble E. Jones, who, if you go to Wormslow, he is who owned Wormslow. We've passed his location a couple of times. You can do a walking tour of Bonaventure. You can also do a golf cart tour of Bonaventure. There are great bathrooms here as well. We're cruising around. We're going to come back and look at Gracie and one of the other ones. I want to kind of go all the way to the front. Two reasons. I'm going to take a bathroom break and then kind of start from the front back. But like, this is only a very small portion of Bonaventure. Like, when I say it could be an all-day walking event, Bonaventure can take all day. If you truly want to walk every little detail of it, it's a lot, y'all. The city does a remarkable job of keeping it up. Don't worry, we're not done. I just want to kind of show you things that are important when you come to somewhere like this big. Common questions. There are porta potties throughout Bonaventure, because if you get to the back and you're not in your car and you need to go to the bathroom, that's the situation. My daughter refuses to use the porta potties at Bonaventure. She's convinced that they're a ghost. But they're super, you can just, and also as you're driving, if you see something, you can pull over to the side. There are designated parking lots throughout too, but if you're just driving, you're like, ooh, that's kind of cool, pull over to the side. They do golf cart tours as well, that you can go to this big brick building right here and sign up for, and they will cruise you around and teach you different things. Now, to be a tour guide of Bonaventure, you have to have a different credentials than just being a tour guide of Savannah. The tour guides of Bonaventures have a whole different history of knowledge they have to have. So when you come into the gate, if you come to the right is the welcome home that you can get all kind of information. But this brick building right here are the bathrooms. There's a Coke machine. There's a parking lot. And when I say the bathrooms are nice over here, they're super nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a pit stop, but I'm going to leave you guys to look. Can you behave? I'm going to back in. I am going to take a restroom break, and instead of pausing you, I'm going to let y'all watch. I'll be right back. Don't do anything bad. Did you miss me? There was quite a lengthy line. So 2 stalls, however, they are incredibly nice. Just FYI. All right, here we go. Are we ready? Do I still have people? Wow, y'all still. Did y'all behave? Were you bad? Why am I not surprised? I'm sure Kimberly was the source of it. Sure it was Kimberly. Y'all bad in the cemetery. Oh, hold on. Look, we have a water break. Y'all saw Channing? Jules was the troublemaker, wasn't she? Oh, children. It was like y'all were hiding behind your own bush. Okay. Let's rock and roll. Here we go. Good news, I haven't been banned. That's always a good thing. I did think about that. Like, after I left you guys, I was like, just leave my phone, like, sitting up in the window. Jingle bells. Good job, Kim. Okay, let's continue on our adventure. I figured before we got too into the thick of it, I was like, let me go to the restroom. Those are nice bathrooms, though. They also have a computer up front. So if you're looking for a specific grave, like you have family or somebody here, you can go look it up, which is kind of cool. They're really helpful in there. They have a map. You can get a free map if you need a map. My favorite recommendation, or the thing I recommend the most here, is if you only have a couple hours, drive around, look for the signs. There are a lot of signs that will point you in the direction. Like, it'll say Gracie's grave. Like, do that. Look for the most people, because those are the people that, like, if you look for kind of where people are hovering, those are probably your most notable graves. Yeah, so they're actually at Bonaventure is a whole area devoted to Jewish families. So nice. They do have a Rolls Royce. They actually have a horse carriage they do funerals in too. So it's not uncommon if people get buried here and they use them, that a horse-drawn carriage will come through. It's kind of eerie though. We are driving with the hands-free set through Bonaventure Cemetery. Let's keep tapping that screen. I'm going to show you two areas. We're going to look at Gracie. We're going to see more than two, but I want to show you Gracie, and I want to show you something else if you haven't seen it before. What's really cool here is Bonaventure is almost like a work of art. The architecture of some of the plots and tombs, and the art, like if you're into art, this is a fascinating place to come to. You have to also remember, during this time period, a lot of times we didn't have newspapers yet. So what would happen is that they would actually write someone's obituary, for all intents and purposes, on their tombstones. Jingle bells, jingle bells. This is owned by the city of Savannah, though. They do just a fantastic job keeping it clean. If you love what I'm doing, remember you can always hit that like button, hit the follow button. You can subscribe. You can do all the cool things. Okay, let me see where I'm going to pull over. I'm going to show you two things. Like I said, Gracie's grave's got a herd of people around them right now. So, like I said, one of the things, if you're like, where do I stop at? Just look for the mob of people. If you find the mob of people, you will often find who you're looking for. But I'm going to show you something that a lot of the tours, ironically, I'm kind of surprised, a lot of the tours do not show people. All right, we're going to park. Merry Country Christmas. Okay, let me get y'all. We're going to walk. I don't have y'all set up on the gimbal, so you're going to be a little rocky. I apologize. I'm not going to set y'all up on the gimbal. Man, do I have a jacket in here? I bet I don't. It's chilly. Okay, let's rock and roll. Yes, you are going to be a little rocky. I know where I'm looking. He's this way. Johnny Mercer. So when we talk about the Mercer Williams home, he is buried here as well. So Johnny Mercer. So when you look at Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil, the house that Jim Williams lived in was originally built for the Mercers. No Mercer ever lived in the home, but they are buried here. This is my favorite grave to show people. Yes. This is my favorite grave to show people because a lot of people don't. Charles F. Mills. It's not him who's important to see, but it's what's next to him. Y'all see that little green thing? So if you ever heard the saying midnight shift, grave diggers, this is where it came from. So back before you had modern technology that could really tell people had passed, you didn't know if somebody was in a coma or if they had really passed away. So what they would do is run a string, wrap it around the hand of the person they buried. Then if the person they buried happened to wake up after being buried, they would start, of course, flailing around, right? Freaking out, and it would ring a bell, and the grave diggers, the midnight shift, would come running and dig them up and hope to save them. Dead ringer. There's a lot of catchphrases to that, to this saying. But yeah, it's a dead ringer. Grave diggers, midnight shift, all of that came from there. Kind of cool, huh? Then over where this crowd is, the dead ringers, yep. Remember when I said there's a lot of artwork that comes with these graves and the plots? I mean, just looking around. I don't know. Hey, welcome to Savannah. Hello. Good, how are you? So Gracie's over here. All these people are. So we'll come back because, I mean, there's a slew of them. But Gracie, and let's go this way. We'll go past him. See what fun he has to say. Yep. All those sayings.
So he kind of went through the whole thing. Then he had to go before the President of the United States, and he was like, oh yeah, well I know that guy, and his grandson, and he's not that guy. But
Multiple tours.
So after adjusting all their punishment, Virgin ended up being admitted to West Point and served there for 4 times in the military. His health wasn't great. He left the military, retired early, and got out of it. Well, when the Civil War came along, there was a knock on his door and said, hey, you take a major role here in this new war. And he was reluctant to do this because of his health.
So that's Gracie.
And he went and fought, I think, in Chattanooga, Tennessee, Atlanta, and when they got to Savannah, they surrendered. So he didn't have a very long career.
They do clean them up every once in a while.
Died not well.
They do come by and like take them and clean them up every once in a while. Yeah, it is kind of sad when you think about it. Yeah, when you think about the whole story and just in general, it is a very sad, but not uncommon. That's the other thing though. Sad, yes. Uncommon during that time period? No. Okay, we gotta get y'all set up again. Hold up. Let me get you set up. Because we're doing really good set up wise. But yeah, that's the thing here. Sometimes the tours can almost be overwhelming in a sense. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not knocking the tours. Please don't think I am. But it's like, dude, Gracie's parents owned, yep, she was 6. Gracie's parents owned the hotel in Johnson Square. She, for all intents purposes, was actually our first ever bellhop. Because her parents would bake cookies, and she would run the cookies up to the people staying at the hotel. So she died of pneumonia at 6. They had just taken a family picture in her new Easter dress. I will say, what's today, Wednesday? Today's Wednesday. It's fairly crowded at Bonaventure for a Wednesday. Again, you are set up in a hands-free set. We're just cruising around. So one of the things about Bonaventure too that's interesting is that it was almost like a who's who here. So competitively, it was who could have the biggest monument, who could have the biggest statue, who could have the biggest plot, all of these things. Yeah, I think a lot of people are trying to figure out, like, okay, now I've got a day tomorrow. What am I going to do in the rain? Like, what's, you know, what's it going to be like? Stay home, do puzzles. I mean, if the rain's not bad, put on a poncho and get out in it. You can get to do pottery down at Tybee if she's open. I mean, there's a lot to do. And there's people out on the water right now. I love that it runs. People are on jet skis out in the water right now. Crazy. Oh, hold on, my phone's not charging. I got to pull over. I gotta stop. Heart. Oh, let me get over because there's cars coming. Let me get over, fix my phone so these cars can get by. Ugh. Temperature right now is, let's see, 64 degrees, it says. Thanks for the ice cream cones. Letting all this traffic. What in the tarnations? Alright, cool. Now let me reset y'all back. Hands-free set. What about the crazy triangle one? I mean, like, this is just so gigantic. You cannot even take it all in at once. What? I don't understand what you're asking, my cat. All of them are different. There's a variety of different tombs here. We just drive around and you take it all in. I have no idea where that even is around here, based off of where I am. I come across it every once in a while when I'm out walking. But if you see it, let me know. Remember, I am running 60 seconds ahead of you guys. Yeah, no, I know it all looks like an old pyramid. I've walked past it, but I don't even know what row it's on or anything like that. So it's kind of a hit or miss, folks. There is a tribute to the Spanish-American War veteran area. So there's different areas like the railroads. No. Like the area you're being buried in, I mean, of course, is set up for that. But no, they don't close off the cemetery. I just always remind people to be respectful. This is a active cemetery to this day. There are funerals that still happen every day. Not really, Nicole. I think you kind of have this understanding. If you are opting to get buried in this side of Bonaventure, you know that comes with a deal. Like, I mean, they're going to have the tent where you can sit, and your area is kind of a little blocked off, but no, the cemetery itself is not going to be closed down for one funeral. If that were the case, the cemetery here would be closed every day. Now, with that said, the vast majority of people are super respectful. And they just, you know, go around it or don't go near it. But it's the same regards to the people who opt to get married in the squares or at Forsyth Park. They can't close it off. So you just work around it. I mean, I've seen tents. There's services, if they're not going on right now, there are tents set up. So clearly there's either a service at some point today or there is going to be a service. I do feel like if you opt, if you know you're getting buried here, you just kind of already know it's Bonaventure. It's just what it is, especially on a Saturday. Saturdays in the spring here are insane. Oh, there are numerous senior pictures taken here because it's so pretty. Y'all, in the spring when all of these bushes are azalea bushes on the roads. So in the spring, late March, April, all of these bushes, you've got the Spanish, so I mean, like, look at this. So envision, without the two people walking, you've got these Spanish moss trees. Both sides of the road are lined with 100 acres of azaleas, pinks, purples, whites. I mean, just breathtaking colors. There's not a prettier location in Savannah during the spring. It is one of the most amazing places during the spring because of, I mean, everything's in full bloom. Everything is, oh, it's just stunning. But I say all that to say, you can get your walking here. I mean, like, we're just, I mean, we are driving in circles. I mean, not circles, but we're just driving and driving and driving. And that's what I said. If you don't have a full day here, this is your best option. come out, drive around. If you see something cool, pull over, hop out, go look and see what's going on. So we're kind of coming up to the area that is designated for families of Jewish faith. We have a whole area over here that you'll see the Star of David. Someone said earlier, I see the Star of David. Yep, because all of this area is the side for our Jewish families. One of our other cemeteries is actually not that you can't be buried here, but we have another cemetery that is, a whole section is designated to the Catholic families. So a lot of the Catholic families opt to get buried at that cemetery. It just kind of depends. Oh yeah. The map is great if you just don't want to drive aimlessly around and look. Literally driving by the river is just stunning. But like this whole area, which would be your right, my left, is all designated to Jewish families. No problema. I love driving parallel to the river though. That's my favorite. I'm going to take y'all on another side of the cemetery. And the water is just beautiful. But you can actually come in, and it looks like a lot of times, except a Saturday, you can come and get a golf cart tour without pre-registering. Because it looks like they're just hanging out waiting for somebody to drive them around. Yep, we're about to. Usually if you're curious if there's a cemetery, if there's a funeral going on, they'll have little arrows, color arrows around that will tell you kind of the general vicinity of where a funeral is occurring. Cemeteries open from 8 to 5 each day. There's multiple different areas. So, like, there is an area that has soldiers, not necessarily from the Civil War. They're more buried over at Colonial. So to your left, my right, that is the historic side of Bonaventure. Then remember, we have Forest Lawn and we have Greenwich, which are part of the property of Bonaventure. Tap that screen, follow me, all the things if you haven't before. So Danny Hansford from Midnight and Garden Good and Evil is buried over here, not in Forest Lawn. He's buried in the next one over Greenwich. So this Forest Lawn is more of your normal, I hate to say normal, but you know what I mean. Like, it looks like your typical cemetery. A lot of people come in here to run every day. Like, they'll come park their cars because it's great great mileage to run. Ooh, it's high tide. But it goes, I mean, it just goes on forever and ever. So like when you pull into Bonaventure, even over on the side of the historic side, there'll be these little, see the yellow and green little arrows or the orange, and it'll have a piece of paper taped to it, and it'll tell you kind of, oh, there's a funeral this direction or there's a funeral that direction. So you can kind of cater and gauge your drive of where you're going. It is high tide. Ooh, ooh, doggy. Hot dang, it's high tide right now. I'm gonna drive over the bridge. As you can see, I mean, it's just massive in size. There are picnic tables throughout as well that you can go sit at. Remember, cemeteries were an original park. So people, you know, it was not uncommon for people to have All right, questions? Anything? What are we not sure of? Little? What was the question? Oh, y'all are able to read. See, I don't know what the question is because y'all are transferring it over to English. So, even like right here, there's all this open area. There may be some of it available, but the vast majority has already been pre-sold. I have not passed Danny's grave yet. Nope. His grave's interesting too because his grave is not one of these big tombs. It's not one of those attention-getting areas. Oh, it could be a lot. It's a very unique situation because unless you know where it is, you wouldn't know. I'll go over to and park by it. I have to be very strategic in finding it because sometimes I forget. And you have to, I mean, like, it is not meant to be found a lot of times, I don't think. But we will go, I'll go park over there and show y'all. Since we do talk about midnight so much in Mr. Williams' home, and not ever really knowing the true story of whatever happened. He was a troubled kid, though. I mean, Danny was a troubled kid. That is a true reality. And so, unfortunately, he did lose his life at a very young age. It depends on where. If you're over in the historical area, yeah, more so. So the way you find burials is each of them are named a letter in a section. What are they doing? I don't even want to know. We're going to keep driving. City of Savannah. Okay, so I think I can go over another side. But each section is numbered and lettered. Danny is in F8, I believe. I think we're in section 9 right now. Let me see. Hold up. Yeah, that's section 9. We gotta go to that's section 10. So we're heading over to section 8. Section 12. Here's section 8. Row F. I believe. It's by that big oak tree over there. Alright. Let's park. Hop you out. D, E, F. Okay. Fairly certain I'm in the general area. So, if you don't know the story of Midnight Guard, Good and Evil, let me give you a brief overview. It's a movie, it's a book. Jim Williams had an assistant named Danny Hansford. Danny and Jim were rumored to be in a relationship. Because it was the 70s, that was not socially acceptable to be in a relationship with the same gender. It is a movie, it is a book. So, one night, the two got into a heated argument, and Mr. Williams stated that Danny lunged at him, and in self-defense, Mr. Williams shot Danny. Danny unfortunately lost his life. Yeah, it's between F and G, so I'm right in the right area. So we're right smack there. But anyway, so Danny lost his life at 21 years of age. Mr. Williams went to trial 4 times for his death. First 2 times he was found guilty, but then acquitted. Third time he was acquitted. First 2 times he was found guilty, but then they fought the guilty verdict, and it resulted in a mistrial. Third time was a mistrial. Fourth time, Mr. Williams was acquitted, but never found innocent of the death of Danny. After the fact, the judge said that Mr. Williams indeed was guilty, but Danny was troubled with a capital T. And it's a sad story. He was a troubled teen. He used to race his car around the squares of Savannah in the 70s. So, yeah, I know where it is. It's like, so that's his story. If you've ever seen the story of Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil, read the book, or anything like that, that is what we're talking about. One of the things that put Savannah on the map. So if you're looking, hold on. If you're looking, there's wood sticks at the end of each row that give you an idea of the row, and then at the beginning of each section is going to give you your number. Now, his plot is on the ground. It's not one of these big markers. So I do have to look as I walk, because you will stumble right over it if you're not looking. It's a sad story, though, for sure. Ironically, Mr. Williams is I feel like I have to walk. So here he is, right here. Somebody's put new flowers. That's new. He didn't have these flowers last time. And there's way more stones. Usually there's nothing here. Yep, it's right by. So you got the flag right here. He's right next to this big tree. But he does have new flowers. So somebody's been out here. He's usually not very kept. So This is where he's buried. The infamous Danny Hansford from Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. I'm always interested to know, because there are always cars on his grave. Definitely more interest lately. I definitely think that. He did race his cars a lot. He raced a ton. Nobody really knows. I mean, his mom was alive at that point, so I mean, I'm sure his family paid for it. But I will say, I've come out here a couple of times because I have a friend that's buried right over here that was killed by a drunk driver. And so in this area, one thing that's interesting, yeah, he was reckless. One thing that was interesting is that usually I've never seen flowers put out. So to some level, there's definitely some new attention that has been brought to him for whatever reason. But I mean, if you didn't know, you'd have no idea that he was buried over here. Like, it's not one of those big attention-getting graves or anything like that. Now, Jim Williams isn't even buried in Savannah. Which is a whole other interesting feat, right? Like, yeah, he had a Camaro. He had a couple of cars. That was why there was such speculation that he and Mr. Williams were in this relationship, because he was 21 and he had a lot of nice cars, more so than a 21-year-old kid should have in the 70s or 80s. Right? So, I mean, that in itself kind of, yeah, there's usually bottles of liquor there. Yep, I did just show his grave. I did just show his grave. But more so, I'm intrigued. Somebody has left flowers there. Last time I was there, which was a couple of months back, there were not all those blue stones around there. He's in North Georgia somewhere, mid Georgia. But yeah, I mean, there was not all that. Like, people you used to leave rocks or coins or things like that. That was a Jewish culture that meant prayers for you, things like that. Then non-Jewish people started taking it on. And in Bonaventure, a lot of times people leave rocks and stones for like Gracie and all of those stories. I've never seen, which is interesting, I've never seen quite that type of collection on his grave. Gordon, Georgia, yeah. So, that's kind of interesting. So, it just makes you kind of go, interesting, huh? Like, does he have a new following? Do people, you know? At the end of the day, did the kid deserve to lose his life? Absolutely not. He did not. The story was a sad, tragic story. You'll never know what really happened. And so people have attracted to that and attached themselves to that type of story. He's definitely got some new attention that, yeah, I haven't seen on him before. I mean, I have opinions about it, but the whole story, I think Mr. Williams, had he been anybody else and not had connections like he did, I think he would have found himself facing a whole different outcome. But he had connections all the way up to the Supreme Court of Georgia. And I think that is what worked in his favor. And if you are a local to Savannah during that time period, you still have very interesting opinions about the story. Thanks for the follows. Yeah, I do go live 7 days a week, usually from 8:30 to 10:30, and then from 5:30 to about 7 we do back porch chats each evening. You never know where we're going to be, what we're going to do, who we're going to see, what we're going to experience. It's always an adventure, I will say that. So if you've never followed me before, hit that follow button. Oops. I'm on this weird curb. Once I get up, I will pull over and reset y'all up. Enjoy the lovely trees for a minute with a lot of Spanish moss. This is where I go. So in historic Savannah, they always say that the squares without Spanish moss are the most haunting. Well, you would think, we're in a cemetery, right? There wouldn't be any Spanish moss. That's why I was going to take those stories with a grain of salt. And I don't think it's going to be that bad. I think we're just going to get wind and rain, truth be told. Yeah, the moss is stunning, isn't it? I love the moss. I think it's one of the most prettiest things about Savannah. Yes, the pineapple's cousin. Yeah, Savannah went through a big erosion period where they built all these dunes and stuff to try to protect our beaches much as possible. I don't like how this one kind of came out of nowhere. That's what makes me kind of nervous about it. It really kind of came out of nowhere. And that is unusual for these. Especially to be in November. I don't remember a time in history, like in my 44 years, and I've lived here 38 of my 44, y'all. I don't remember a storm coming up in November like this. That's what made people nervous. This is usually September is the busy month. Early October, but then it's non-existent. So the fact that this one kind of just came out of nowhere is what made people kind of Thanks for those of you who are still sticking around. Yeah, I'm not super thrilled with it. Is it really? I saw they stopped taking reservations. I knew you couldn't make reservations at Disney. So I'm not incredibly shocked, actually. Again, I am driving with a hands-free set, which means I'm not touching my phone as we drive. Ooh, come back. Dude, that turn was sharp and y'all went sliding. I thought y'all were goners for a minute. I was like, uh-oh. I am so glad you have enjoyed it. We're not done yet. Y'all, having this new charger is game-changing for us. I'm about to take y'all over a big old bridge though now. Think you may enjoy. Well, I mean, I moved here when I was 3 months old. So and my mom was raised here. My grandmother was raised here. My entire family, my great-grandparents were raised here. So pretty much lived here my entire life. Yes, sir, I will stop while you cut the tree. I love these little houses on this road. What I do not like is how ding dang close they are to the road. Cute as they can be, but man, they are like sit right smack on that road, and I do not like that. That's awesome, yeah. That dog was loud. That's awesome. You were born here? Yep. I mean, I was born essentially 3 months. The only reason I wasn't born in Savannah is my father was military, so they weren't stationed here. I've essentially lived here my entire life. Why are you not on the right side of the road, sir? Savannah is absolutely beautiful. Alright, let's keep going, folks. Yep, my family is still here. Savannah is breathtaking. So we're entering an area called Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt is directly before you head toward the islands. It's a quintessential beach town, or boat town is what it was served as. It's like everybody has a little boat here. It just was this quintessential little area. It's changed over the years, but it's still a quaint little place. Figuring I'm not getting out tomorrow, so we'll make today count, right? So if you've never followed me before, hit that follow button, tap that screen. We were live earlier. I had to end the live and restart the live. It's been a day. Thunderbolt's a cute little area, depending on where. About to go over a big old bridge so y'all can see the water. I gotta run to the bank down here, so that's why we're going this way. So y'all will get unsupervised again in the car while I go to the bank. Is anybody else just not a fan of this time change? Like, I know it's only 11:30, but it feels later. I know my body feels later. Oh no, we don't do pocket party. I just leave y'all unattended in the car or on the table. Yeah, if I can find me some jewels. You know, most magical, you will learn. I do not pocket you. I just leave you. Yeah, it was a very long light. Oh, I know. Doing the back porch chats now that it gets pitch black like 5 minutes into my lives, I'm like, ugh. I just in time to change back. gonna go over the bridge. Y'all can see some water. So I grew up on Wilmington Island, which is one of the islands of Savannah. You have Tybee, you have Tulahi, you have Whitmarsh, and you have Wilmington, and then you have Skidaway. I know, right? What is supposed to become permanent? Oh, time change? Yeah, but it's supposed to be the where it's light later. Here we go. Hope you like bridges. Cause we're moving over the bridge. Yeah, it's supposed to. I'll believe it when I see it. We be rolling, hating. So people who are not familiar with the island come to the island and they're like, it stinks. No, it's called marsh. It doesn't stink, it's the marsh smell. Have more people come to Savannah. They're like, Savannah has a weird smell to it. No, it doesn't. It's the marsh. We're surrounded on all, the reason we're an island is I have water surrounding me on all four sides. See, they're nervous about the flooding of 80. This is what we're on 80. High tide tonight is supposed to hit over 10 feet. Over 10 feet will start to put water on these roads. That's when it gets a little scary. Because the water starts coming, that can get questionable. And so our next 3 high tides starting tonight are all going to be over that 10-foot mark. I'm honestly shocked they have not called school tomorrow yet. Maybe they have, but I've been on Facebook or TikTok this whole morning, so I don't know. You get used to it though. I mean, growing up on the island, it's kind of something you're used to. Well, thank you. Tap, follow, like, gift, do whatever it is you feel called to do. Send me $1 million since I didn't win the lottery. You know. Do whatever your heart's content. Oh yeah, I do. We be rolling, we hate. Oh yes, we'll read another chapter tonight. They do. Yep. Some people do. Or some people load them on Patreon, so you have to pay to watch them. Don't forget, I do have merchandise, stickers, t-shirts, and other things for sale in my profile as well. That's another way that helps me continue to do what I'm doing. Y'all know what I can do next? I need to go to Kroger. Do you want to see the grocery store bar? So our Kroger here has a bar. First I have to go to the gas station, or first I have to go to the, whatchamadoodle. What's that place called? The bank. Then I need to go to Kroger. And I can hoist y'all in and kind of lay low at Kroger, because I would like to get Starbucks, because I'm down here. And Starbucks doesn't, or the island doesn't really have really amazing coffee shops. They have one, but I'm not a fan of their coffee. It's way too strong for me. It's called Friendship. So I can take y'all into Kroger with me and show you the island bar. So our Kroger here has a bar, does have a bartender. Really? Which pub? Not my Publix. Not the Publix here on the island. Well, the one on Kroger is wait till you see. I will subtly have to, like, I'm gonna have to set y'all up in the cart real chill, so y'all aren't like bringing bunch of tension. So we'll do that after we go to the bank, so I can put this little measly like $25 refund check up in my account. They covered breakfast and parking this morning. It's the small things, folks. It's the small things. I don't really know. I got this refund check. I have no idea why I got this refund check, honestly, to tell you the truth. It's not anything, and I'm like, what is this for? Why do y'all keep pulling over? Yeah, so this is also the island that Paula Dean lives on. Yes, she's still a local. She lives here. She's a very nice lady. She grocery shops down here. You'll see her family out walking. I mean, she's a very lovely lady. Island has changed. Wilmington Island, this is the island we're on right now, has changed a lot in the past, like, few years. But it used to be this very close-knit community. It's changed a lot. But it did. It used to be this very quaint community. I want to go to Kroger for two reasons. I want to go get Starbucks, for one. Two, I want to get some croissants that they have at Kroger that are yummy. Yeah, there's a coffee shop here. It's called Friendship Coffee on Wilmington Island. People love it. I think that their coffee is way too, like, their lattes, like, they're super strong. Like, their espresso is, like, too much for me. Okay, gotta go to the bank. Children, I have to leave you unsupervised for a minute, okay? You must behave. If you behave, I will show you the local bar. Please tell me I brought this stuff. Bootlegging. Are you kidding me? I really swore I brought it. Ding dang. I thought I brought it. What in tarnations? Well, I guess I did not bring the check. Or my lottery tickets to get checked. Oh well. Never mind. Dang it. Well, that's just bootlegging. Oh well. Now let's go to Kroger. Ding dang. I really thought I had, but I guess I didn't. Whee! Alright, I'm gonna take out a Kroger because if you've never seen the entertainment of a bar, especially when there are people at the bar, at the grocery store, it is a passage that all people should experience once in their life. Oh, ding dang dong. Oh well. Well, I think I can virtually put my check in the bank. I'll have to look. Y'all got quiet. Are you still there? McFly. McFly. Yeah, and now it's gonna be wobbly. I'm not putting y'all, like, I'm not setting y'all up on the gimbal or anything like that. I'm like for real gonna carry y'all in like incognito, okay? We'll be kicking it back old school. And I'll have to pause you when I order my Starbucks so I can use my Starbucks card. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That was bumpy. Heh. I'm so annoyed I left that check at home, y'all. I swore I carried it out here, but I guess I didn't. It's probably still sitting on the table. Ding dang it. Ding dang. I'm always intrigued when I see red boxes that they still exist. I didn't know people still had like DVD players. Like, do you have a DVD player still? Because I'm just intrigued that Redbox is still like a to-do. Ooh, I bet this place is gonna be crazy. Oh, okay, but it's okay. We can do it, y'all. We're gonna go see the bar. We're gonna get Starbucks. I'm gonna get some croissants. I'm gonna try not to run into anybody I know, because every time I come, somebody runs into me. They're like, how's your mama? She's good. Growing up on the island comes with a rite of passage that everybody knows your mama. My mama worked on the pharmacy in Savannah for 26 years. Everybody knows my mom. You still have a DVD player? What's this lady doing? Man. What in the gracious alive? That's awesome. Do you really? That's so interesting. So many people still have DVD players. I don't have a DVD player. I have a lot of DVDs. Oh, yeah, people knew your business. Well, that was very much Wilmington Island. People knew your business before you did. That was a great... Okay. All right, now, let's talk, folks. Because we have to mind our P's and Q's, okay? So. Yeah, but the darn check I left at home, apparently. Boogers. Okay, here's what we're doing. I'm taking the hand thing off. I'm holding y'all in the hand, which means you're going to be wobbly. Yes. When we get to I'm going to have to pause y'all to order my Starbucks, okay? Oh, look at that wreath they made. That's cute. They did a pretty job decorating. What's up? Y'all know I don't typically get Starbucks. Okay. Remember, I have to pause y'all when I get up there, okay? So don't go anywhere. Oh, this is cute. Look at the straws. Those are super cute. That's a cute mug. Are you a mug porter? Oh, that's funny. Stand by. We're just waiting on our Starbucks. Cinnamon brownies. No, we are not. Kim, there's the cinnamon brownies. They're the best. Thank you. All right, coffee. Check. I'm holding it all subtly. first I'm gonna go get some croissants so that it's not so obvious. Hey, what's today? Okay, you ready? Can y'all see it? Hold up, let me zoom y'all in. There it is. They've added tables. So before it was just the bar. Now they have tables. Like legit. I'm surprised. Usually there's a herd of people sitting there. Yeah, like legit. Good, how are you? You know, it's like legitness. I knew Trey would come through. Trey, it's usually hopping too, isn't it? Trying to see. My daughter likes these specific. Oh, they do have the little ones, yay. It's about the only place I can find them too. So when I come out here, I pick up some. So when she comes home, I have them. See, I told y'all. What's this? Funny, huh? I told y'all. Let's see what else they have. Let's see if they have their Christmas section. We could have some blue popcorn. I'm surprised right now. Tomorrow there will be. If everything closes, there will be. I can assure you. Soda. Oh, they do. Yes. These are the best. Ooh, gingerbread cookie Kit Kats. I'm not thinking that would be good. But you know what is good? Candy cane. Hershey Kisses. They are the best. Let's see what other goodness they have for the holiday season. Ew, not gingerbread Kit Kats. No, that does not sound good. Kroger's has got the like vibe going on though. Like Kroger's has got. What are these? What the heck is a scratch? What is this? What is this? Stretch me. This is weird. What kind they got? Look. It's a doggy stretch. Hold up, I gotta look in here. What kind of dogs they got? Are they all the same dogs? I got this one. They got this one. What else they got? I think those are the only two. These are kind of funny. I know, my Kroger's is excited. It's a stretch toy. I need to send that to my daughter for finals. Yeah, my Kroger's is always, this Kroger's is always like hopping, popping. Yeah, this Kroger's has always been like this legit, like, Kroger's. Do they have bigger? My daughter loves these. I need a bigger bag though. Let's find them. Not that big. She loves these. I usually send her care packages all the time. This. Oh yeah, it's Jam and Beats. They always have Jam and Beats here too. I wonder if they have glow sticks. Oh, that's kind of a cute coffee mug though. What else they got over here? This. No. No. How are these sprays? Because she loves these. How the heck did they get these out? Oh, stand by, por favor, Montego Nayama. Trying to get these out. Yeah, she loves these sprees. Okay, so here's one of those things somebody unwrapped it. Look. This is what it looks like. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What else we got going on here? Don't y'all miss the days where I held y'all in the hands? Because it's pretty crazy, isn't it? Y'all forget what it was like to get motion sick? Okay. Well, yeah, I got to see the bar. Some will probably end the live for the morning. I'll be back tonight. Promise. So I gotta finish grocery shopping and then head home. So I will catch you guys later, okay? I know you had a blast this morning. So I'll see you guys later as I run into the buggies. Catch you later. Bye.